feel like improvement you guys made from SMU to last week? What still needs to be done as far as now moving forward, just the little things with the defense?
I think the biggest thing that we improved upon, and was the emphasis last week, was communication. Obviously, good defenses are loud, so just practicing communication, whether it's in practice, bringing an emphasis to call people out, to just be louder, everyone repeat the calls, stuff like that, is something that we did. And going into Virginia, that's what helped us, and I think we're going to continue to improve on that and then just iron it out. We play fast, so we just got to figure out our communication, make sure we're on point.
Actually, kind of going off of that, two-part question. How important was that to make those corrections over the next kind of 3 weeks coming up with two top 10 opponents, and then also just thoughts on Cam Ward, what you see from him?
Well, again, it's obviously important. You can't play defense if we're not on the same page. Like, there's gonna be a crease somewhere. There's gonna be someone not accounted for. So obviously that adjustment's crucial. We're playing a lot of good teams coming up, so communication is gonna be a big part of that. And we need to know what our responsibility is and just keep going. As to Cam Ward, obviously he's a great quarterback. He can run it and he can throw. He's got a good arm. Playmaker. He steps up to the occasion, so obviously looking forward to just trying to get after him. They got a good O-line too, so yeah, looking forward to it.
Jamari, Coach Brian said a minute ago that the touchdown pass to you was a play you put in not long ago, but had never run before. When they called it, were you excited that you felt confident it would work?
Oh yeah, when they called it, I was like, oh yeah, they called my number, man. I gotta make a play. But but in practice, we didn't really go over it a bunch of times. It's just something that we just put in and it worked. So not really too much to complain about.
Yeah, Ashton, growing up in Boca, were you a fan of the U? Did they recruit you? And do you have many friends on the team?
Well, I grew up in Palm Beach County, so all throughout. I wasn't really in one place, but obviously the influence is there. To be honest, I never really got too much attention from Florida teams, so I didn't cheer for Florida teams either, in college, because I wasn't really a college football watcher at the time growing up. But there's not really much to say about that. I didn't get recruited by them, so.
Do you have any friends on the team?
Obviously former teammates, but that's about it.
Ashton, Jeff was talking about the importance of keeping Ward in the pocket. How important is rush lanes for you guys? Obviously, you want to pressure him, but how important are rush lanes in order to keep him in the pocket?
Obviously, we got to be able to cover each other. You don't want to always just get stuck into, you just want to pocket rush, because then you won't get as much pressure, and obviously we want to disrupt the quarterback. So just knowing how to communicate, and if someone's going to go under, who's going to cover him, just so we can keep our lanes balanced, so we can contain him in the pocket, force him to throw. That's just going to be something that we approach this week.
Ashton, in terms of your own confidence after a little bit of a slow start to the season, how big was it for you to get that sack against Virginia?
Something like that. It's not to say it's not too obviously slower start, but it's not like my production or effect has gone down, if that makes sense. So just keeping that in mind. The sack is good. Every sack feels good, but I don't think it holds any more significance than any other play, if that makes sense.
Actually, to follow up on that, did you feel like, your stats were down on, did you feel like you were struggling at all earlier or not?
There's always a little bit, because your expectation is now, based on last season's, what people expect from you is higher, but I think there's other ways to affect the game, and for me, just being a presence on the field, being somewhere people aren't as likely to run at, or just affect the game in that way, force the ball certain ways. I think that's something that I still got to do, and that's just how it goes. Is if teams prepare for you, teams prepare for you. So,
Jamari, could you talk a little bit about your progress, and you, after Saturday, do you see a bigger role in the offense for you?
Through my lenses, yes. Of course, I had made a lot of progress through from last year to this year, obviously. But my head is I just gotta stay and just keep going really, and just hopefully they'll just keep giving me the ball and just get to the league or do something one day. So that's the goal.
Jamari, on that final drive, what was Tyler's demeanor like in the huddle? Is he a excitable guy? Was he exuding just calm and confidence? How would you describe it?
Calm and confident. That's how I put it. Calm and confident. He got in the huddle, got to play to us, and we just went out and executed.
Ashton, I had to make sure I was seeing it right. Right there at the end, were you not lined up in a linebacker position for a couple of plays right at the end? Is that just kind of a late game situation, or is that something you could pursue?
Some things that we've been doing is just to find ways that we can move me in different positions, just to get teams out of their comfort zone. So, yeah, I was playing a little bit, but not like a traditional linebacker. Just figuring out where to fit and stuff like that. So we're playing around with it, trying to see what we can do with it.
Jamari, a little more on your progress. You played quarterback until really you got here. How difficult was the transition, for you? But I guess then how much did quarterback help? Playing quarterback, how much did that really help you because you knew kind of the game?
Well, it was a big transition, be it from staying in the pocket and throwing the ball to being the guy that's protecting the quarterback. So it was a big transition through that way. But what was your last question again?
How much did playing quarterback help? Yeah.
So playing quarterback, you got to know what's going on at all times. Everybody that's running the route, protection. So it's at tight end, you got to run routes, you got to stay in pass protection. So it's it helped a lot really, because it's on one of these routes, I got to know what this guy's doing so I could be in the time in the same spot, in a good spot. So it's it helped a lot for him.
To follow up on that, it seems like you really take a lot of joy in blocking, especially on those touchdown runs for Isaac. Is that something you've grown to love, or have you just discovered something there?
Well, before I was a quarterback, I was a running back and many other things when I was younger. But that blocking, man, it gets me pumped up. When I don't get the ball, I take it out on whoever I'm blocking. So sorry for them, but that's the way it is.
Yeah, Ashton, Coach Jeff Brom said that Ward is most dangerous on broken plays. As you start to defend him, what are the one or two most important things you need to do to be effective and keep it from hurting you guys?
Obviously, we talked about it earlier, but obviously just containing him in the pocket and then finding our ways to disrupt him. So whether that's tip balls or pressures, get him out the spot, making him have to work for those plays. Obviously, again, he's a great athlete. He can throw on the run, but just getting him out of his comfort zone is going to be crucial. You can't let guys like that get in a rhythm. So that's kind of what we're going to have to do going this week.
Okay.